crypto, politics, tech, and more. Get your daily news fix with News Source Scrawlers, December 16th, 2020. Crypto, politics, tech, and more. Get your daily news fix with News Source Scrawlers, December 16th, 2024 edition. Number 1 hit and more. YouTube Music Charts. Global Top Songs, December 6th to December 12th, 2024. Apiti, Jose Bruno Mars. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Eedekiraat, Mathubanti Bagchi, Divya. Peelings, Kundakari Shankar Babu and Lakshmi Dasa. Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global. From the Friday, December 6th to Thursday, December 12th, 2024. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Apiti, Jose, Bruno Mars. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. Last Christmas Swam. Nintendo US Digital Bestsellers from December 16th, 2024. No More Snow. Hogwarts Legacy. Fueled Up. Master Spy. Super Mario Party Jamboree. Steam's hottest games. Global top selling and top played games across Steam. From the top 100 products by revenue list for Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024 to Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. Path of Exile 2. Counter-Strike 2. Marvel Rivals. PUBG, Battlegrounds. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. CISA and EPA release joint fact sheet detailing risks internet-exposed HMIs pose to WWS sector. One more drop in the AI ocean. Jeffrey Xiong's Trellis Image Large. Trellis is a large 3D asset generation model. It takes in text or image prompts and generates high-quality 3D assets in various formats, such as radiance fields, 3D Gaussians, and meshes. The cornerstone of Trellis is a unified structured latent SLAT representation that allows decoding to different output formats and rectified flow transformers tailored for SLAT as the powerful backbones. We provide large-scale, pre-trained models with up to 2 billion parameters on a large 3D asset dataset of 500K diverse objects. Trellis significantly surpasses existing methods, including recent ones at similar scales, and showcases flexible output format selection and local 3D editing capabilities, which were not offered by previous models. UK joins Italy and Japan to develop British fighter jet to rival America's F-35. German far-right leader questions NATO membership. 2 weeks ago, German spy chief said, Russia could test NATO loyalty to mutual defense clause. Norway to train Ukrainian F-16 pilots in Portugal. 73% of crypto users plan to continue investments in 2025. Solana was the biggest draw for new crypto developers in 2024 per Electric Capital. CFTC sues Washington pastor for $6 million cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme. In the UK, Labour's vow to build 1.5 million homes during not possible due to national crisis of skills shortage, says housing boss. 5 months ago, build houses now, fix pollution later, Labour to tell developers. U.S. 30-year fixed-rate mortgage falls to 6.6%. BOE embraces caution after year that failed to deliver on rates. Tokyo announces free daycare policy to boost birth rate. It has been reported as 90 hours a week Wall Street bankers snorting lines of Adderall at their desks. More than 1 million vapes a day in UK thrown away, says research. In the UK, Watchdog to issue new guidance after report finds air fryers may be listening. Shockingly real, AI Santa is free to use. Will put mall Santas everywhere out of jobs. Mysterious googly eyes go viral after appearing on public art in Oregon. In the U.S., teens abandon X and Facebook as TikTok and WhatsApp gain momentum, a report claims. Bloomberg comments as TikTok hawks tap for jobs contrast with Trump's murky stance. Mozy social networking app launched to help create more personal connections. Israel to close Dublin embassy after Ireland supports ICJ genocide petition. It has been commented as Hong Kong and Xinjiang could be the core of Kazakhstan's China strategy. Iran's government retreats from implementing new hijab law. Russia to offer visa-free travel for Indian tourists starting 2025. Milan's Via Monte Napoleon becomes world's most expensive shopping street. British Sikhs being asked about views on India at UK airports, says Labour MP. Netanyahu says Israel has no interest in confronting Syria, and Israel plans to double population on occupied Golan, citing threats from Syria. It has been commented as Israel plans to expand into Golan Heights in a new front in Syria. U.S. asks Israel to approve urgent military aid to Palestinian security forces. Turkey says Syria's new rulers agree to abolish Kurdish forces. Microsoft confirms password deletion for 1 billion users, as attacks up 200%. AI helps Telegram remove 15 million suspect groups and channels in 2024. Germany blocks badbox malware loaded on 30,000 Android devices. Swedish minister open to new measures to tackle energy crisis, blames German nuclear phase-out. It has been reported that Serbia seeks to reduce Russian ownership in oil giant to avoid sanctions. As U.S. set to sanction Serbia's main oil company over Russian ownership, Vučić says. Finland first in world to ban cargo ships from dumping wastewater. Light-based photocatalytic system can break down PFAS at room temperature. China launches new compact radiation detection chip for semiconductor self-reliance. New math model suggests cells can be revived. Romney predicts Vance will be GOP's 2028 nominee, and MAGA is the Republican Party. And Romney says you can't complain if Trump does what he said he would do. Trump and his picks threaten more lawsuits over critical coverage. TikTok influencers flee Romania amid tax probe into their election role. In chemical castration, experts say that using medication to suppress pedophiles' libido does not prevent attacks. Melanoma survival linked to tumor thickness. Refrigerated raw milk harbors infectious flu virus for 5 days, study finds. Close to 1,000 feared dead after Cyclone Cheeto hits my yacht. Vampire hedgehog and eyelash viper among new species in Asia, as WWF lists more than 200 new species discovered in Southeast Asia. Britain leads the world in cracking down on climate activism, study finds. Hong Kong NGO warns of pupil suicide rise after logging 10 cases amid term start. 1 in 4 parents are using the threat of no gifts to address their children's behavior, survey finds. In the U.S., Social Security retirement age set to change in 2025. Greece to impose cap on bank fees for money transfers, PM says. Russia braced for mammoth rate hike amid fears it's losing the battle against inflation. 10 days ago, Russian central bank governor says December 20th rate hike not predetermined. The Economist comments as the World Bank is struggling to serve all 78 poor countries. World Bank announces record $100 billion support for world's poorest countries. Open global trade is only way to feed the world, WTO chief says. UK joins Indo-Pacific Trade Bloc, CPTPP as first European member. Nicaragua unveils new canal route in bid to rival Panama. Apple reportedly developing giant foldable iPad for 2028 launch, and Apple plans thinner, foldable iPhones to revive growth. Kraven the Hunter wounded with $11 million box office opening, lowest ever for Sony/Marvel. London Stock Exchange suffers biggest exodus in 15 years as former boss sounds alarm. In Brazil, money that financed the coup attempt was obtained from agribusiness people, Sid told the PF, and Braga Neto is the first 4-star general to be arrested since 1964. Video points to Assad regime's involvement in large-scale trafficking of illicit drugs. Referee briefly stops French league match between PSG and Lyon after homophobic chants. Crypto, politics, tech, and more. Get your daily news fix with News Source Scrawlers December 15th, 2024 edition. Number 1 hit and more. YouTube music charts. Global top songs November 29th to December 5th, 2024. Apiti, Jose Bruno Mars. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga, and Bruno Mars. Aye Dekira At, Mathubanti Bakchi, Divya. Peelings. Kundakuri Shankar Babu and Lakshmi Dasa. Tu Boda, Oscar Maidoni Fuerza Regida. Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global. From the Friday, November 29th to Thursday, December 5th, 2024. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Appétit, Rosé, Bruno Mars. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. Last Christmas swam from the Netflix Global Top 10 Most Viewed Films in English. Our Little Secret, Spellbound, The Merry Gentleman, Madagascar, Escape to Africa. Most Viewed Films, non-English. Tmax, Lucky Bhaskar, The Snow Sister, Sikanda Kamusadar, The Lost Children. Nintendo US Digital Bestsellers from December 9th, 2024. Super Mario Party Jamboree. Stardew Valley. Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Overcooked. All You Can Eat. My Sims. Cozy Bundle. Steam's hottest games. Global top selling and top played games across Steam. From the top 100 products by revenue list for Tuesday, November 26th, 2024 to Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Counter-Strike 2. PUBG, Battlegrounds. Cyberpunk 2077. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. CISA and partners release joint guidance on PRC-affiliated threat actor compromising networks of global telecommunications providers. CISA releases new public version of CDM data model document. ASD's ACSC, CISA and U.S. and international partners release guidance on choosing secure and verifiable technologies. One more drop in the AI ocean. Shaker Labs' AW Portraits in is based on the Flux.1 dev. It is trained on images that is more in line with the appearance and aesthetics of Chinese people. It includes many types of portraits, such as indoor and outdoor portraits, fashion, and studio photos. It has strong generalization. Compared with the original version, AW Portraits is more delicate and realistic in skin quality. In order to pursue a more realistic raw image effect, it could be used with the AW Portrait SR workflow. Artists could gain right to personality in UK review of AI protections. Paul McCartney reverses opinion on AI after using it to produce new Beatles song. Now alarmed it will wipe out the music industry. Avengers, Doomsday, Haley Atwell reprising Agent Carter role in Marvel Studios pick. Hezbollah leader acknowledges the group's loss of its supply path via Syria. The IDF perceives an opportunity for strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities following the dismantling of Syria's air defenses. A Syrian Druze village, apprehensive of Islamist insurgents, requests annexation to Israel, viewing it as the lesser evil. Oldest modern human genomes suggest Homo sapiens and Neanderthals interbred over 7,000 years. Intermittent fasting could slow hair regeneration, says study. Downtown San Francisco experiences first tornado warning in recorded history. Rhode Island says personal data likely breached in social services cyberattack, and hackers demand ransom from Rhode Islanders after data breach. Text message job scams are gamified and on the rise, FTC warns. In the UK, Welsh police forces launch first facial recognition mobile app. China's annual growth on track to hit target of around 5%, senior official suggests. France's credit rating cut by Moody's just hours after new prime minister appointed. Also Moody's cuts Slovak credit rating on fiscal, political risks. Trump eyes privatizing U.S. Postal Service, citing financial losses. In HK, nearly 48.3% of youths consider themselves failures. Survey reveals mental health impacts. Mexico is using an AI-powered app to prevent suicides. White U.S. neighborhoods have more EPA air quality monitors, study finds. Chanel announces Matthew Blazy as its new artistic director. Mbappé wins his fourth French Player of the Year prize. JR to transform the Pont Neuf into an ephemeral grotto in homage to Christo and Jean-Claude. China woman in labor unable to start car due to software update, undergoes emergency C-section. A Waymo robotaxi got stuck in a roundabout loop. Chinese police deploy rolling BB-8 style robot to patrol streets, chase down suspects. Brazil's former defense minister arrested in 2022 coup plot investigation. Georgian lawmakers elect far-right, anti-West hardliner as new president. Apple CEO visits Mar-a-Lago, joining list of tech execs seemingly courting Trump. ABC agrees to give $15 million to Donald Trump's presidential library to settle defamation lawsuit. Australian gemstone used in China's hypersonic weapons could be security risk. Study. Many New Jersey drone sightings are manned aircraft being misidentified as drones, FBI says. FIFA broadcasts map of Ukraine without Crimea during 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Former Russian president says new, very close regions may join Russia. U.S. supplies Ukraine with autonomous welding units for energy infrastructure repair. Crypto, politics, tech, and more. Get your daily news fix with News Source Scrawlers, December 14th, 2024 edition. Number 1 hit and more. YouTube music charts. Global top songs November 29th to December 5th, 2024. Apiti, Jose Bruno Mars. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. E de Kiraat, Mathubanti Bakchi, Divya. Peelings, Kundakari Shankar Babu and Lakshmi Dasa. Tu Boda, Oscar Maidoni Fuerza Regida. Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global. From the Friday, November 29th to Thursday, December 5th, 2024. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Apiti, Jose, Bruno Mars. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. Last Christmas, Wham! From the Netflix Global Top 10 Most Viewed Films in English. Our Little Secret. Spellbound. The Merry Gentleman. Madagascar. Escape to Africa. Most Viewed Films, non-English. Tmax. Lucky Bhaskar. The Snow Sister. Sikandar Ka Musaddar. The Lost Children. Nintendo US Digital Bestsellers from December 9th, 2024. Super Mario Party Jamboree. Stardew Valley. Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Overcooked. All You Can Eat. My Sims, Cozy Bundle. Steam's Hottest Games. Global Top Selling and Top Played Games across Steam. From the top 100 products by revenue list for Tuesday, November 26th, 2024 to Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Counter-Strike 2. PUBG, Battlegrounds. Cyberpunk 2077. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. CISA and partners released joint guidance on PRC-affiliated threat actor compromising networks of global telecommunications providers. CISA releases new public version of CDM data model document. ASD's ACSC, CISA, and U.S. and international partners release guidance on choosing secure and verifiable technologies. One more drop in the AI ocean. Shaker Labs' AW Portraits In. AW Portraits In is based on the Flux.1 dev. It is trained on images that is more in line with the appearance and aesthetics of Chinese people. It includes many types of portraits, such as indoor and outdoor portraits, fashion, and studio photos. It has strong generalization. Compared with the original version, AW Portraits In is more delicate and realistic in skin quality. In order to pursue a more realistic raw image effect, it can be used with the AW Portrait SR workflow. Malaysia launches National AI Office for Policy Regulation. Former ByteDance intern accused of sabotage among winners of prestigious AI award, as sued ex-intern from ByteDance reportedly wins an award at the Olympics of AI NeurIPS 2024. OpenAI co-founder Ilya Sutskever says the way AI is built is about to change, and AI with reasoning power will be less predictable, Ilya Sutskever says. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman to donate $1 million to Trump's inaugural fund. OpenAI says Musk wanted to own and run it as a for-profit. In court filing, and OpenAI emails show Elon Musk wanted for-profit structure in 2017. Meta urges California Attorney General to stop OpenAI from becoming for-profit. Klarna stopped all hiring a year ago to replace workers with AI. Google Cloud launches agent space to create, deploy agents. We are instinctively turned off by stories labeled AI-generated, even if they were secretly written by other people, study finds. Trump reaffirms crypto commitment at New York Stock Exchange visit. Bitcoin proxy MicroStrategy to join the Nasdaq 100 and heavily traded QQQ ETF. Indonesia's crypto transactions soar 352% in 2024, reaching $29.63 billion. OpenAI blames its massive ChatGPT outage on a new telemetry service. Microsoft kills off Skype credits and phone numbers in favor of subscriptions. HDMI 2.2 is set to debut at CES 2025. The new standard brings higher resolutions, refresh rates, and bandwidth. Texas sues DuPont, 3M over forever chemicals in consumer products. Consulting firm McKinsey to pay $650 million to end opioid criminal probe. A study claims cancer screening and quitting smoking have saved nearly 6 million lives. It has been announced that political micro-targeting by EU Commission illegal, as controversial EU ad campaign on X broke Block's own privacy rules. And 1 year ago, EU faces privacy complaint over CSM micro-targeting ads it ran on X. 1 month ago, no more ads on Elon's X, EU Commission tells staff. In the U.S., Apple and Google instructed by Congress committee to prepare to dump TikTok next month, and federal appeals court declines to temporarily block ban on TikTok, teeing up showdown at SCOTUS over controversial law. Reportedly, Temu, Shine face roadblocks in Southeast Asia push. 1 month ago, Shine, Temu ordered to complete registration in Vietnam in November. And 1 week ago, Temu, Shine suspend Vietnam operations amid crackdown on e-commerce platforms. Trump's NASA pick says military will inevitably put troops in space. Trump calls for mystery drones to be shot down. 2 days ago, New Jersey drone cluster sightings prompt call for state of emergency. Trump says GOP will push to eliminate daylight saving time. In the U.S., Supreme Court to consider industry bid to challenge California Power to set vehicle emissions. Reuters reports that Trump transition recommends scrapping car crash reporting requirement opposed by Tesla. Volkswagen's board leaning away from closing big plants in Germany, media report says, and Volkswagen's top owner warns of up to 20 billion euros impairment. U.S. prepares new AI chip restrictions to close China's backdoor access. U.S. China signed 5-year amended agreement on science and technology cooperation. Chinese tech group Hikvision ditches Xinjiang surveillance projects. 2 months ago, Hikvision reportedly laying off 1K staff in China amid effects of sanctions. Trump to discuss ending childhood vaccination programs with RFK Jr. Washington Examiner reports that RFK Jr. advisor wants FDA to revoke approval for polio and hepatitis B vaccines, as Kennedy's lawyer has asked the FDA to revoke approval of the polio vaccine. Mitch McConnell warns RFK Jr. against effort to undermine polio vaccines. Half of Americans have no confidence in Trump's cabinet picks, as per a poll. Biden administration is said to allow California to ban new gas-powered cars. U.S. Supreme Court will hear clash over religious exemptions from Wisconsin tax, as Supreme Court says it will review if Catholic Charities is exempt from labor taxes in a major church-state case. Nosferatu director Robert Eggers thanks SpongeBob SquarePants for teaching kids about classic horror. Switzerland seeks to ban Nazi symbols amid surge in anti-Semitism. The Telegraph reported that Uyghur fighters in Syria vow to come for China next. Kyrgyzstan looks to change its two-Soviet national anthem, as President Japarov proposes new national anthem for evolving Kyrgyzstan. Kyiv ready to supply food to Syria as Russia supplies suspended. Argentina's Milei given Italian citizenship during Rome visit, source says. South Korea's parliament votes to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol over his martial law order. Dutch court rejects lawsuit from rights groups seeking to halt arms sales to Israel. It has been reported that Bank of America flagged suspicious payments to Epstein only after he died. 1 year ago, USVI says J.P. Morgan notified Treasury of more than $1 billion in Jeffrey Epstein human trafficking transactions after he died. Threat actor MUT. 1244 targets offensive actors, leaking hundreds of thousands of credentials. NVIDIA revives LAN party after 13 years to celebrate RTX 50 series GPU launch. GeForce LAN 50 is a 50-hour LAN party across 4 different cities. NOAA announced that 99% chance 2024 will be warmest year ever recorded. Climate warming is reducing rice quality in East Asia, research reveals. UN talks fail to reach agreement on dealing with rising risk of global drought. A forgotten collection of Charles de Gaulle's personal letters, speeches, and manuscripts has been discovered in a safe. Malcolm in the Middle revival set at Disney Plus with Frankie Muniz, Bryan Cranston, Jane Kaczmarek returning. Barbie sequel in early stages as Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach settle on story idea. Unreleased Michael Jackson tapes discovered in abandoned storage unit. Sesame Street hits the market as HBO and Max opt not to renew deal for new episodes. Jennifer Love Hewitt confirms return for new crypto, politics, tech, and more. Get your daily news fix with News Source Scrawlers December 13th, 2024 edition. Number 1 hit, and more. YouTube Music Charts. Global Top Songs November 29th to December 5th, 2024. Appétit. Rosé et Bruno Mars. Die with a Smile. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Aye de Kiraat. Mathubanti Bagchi. Divya. Peelings. Kundakari Shankar Babu and Lakshmi Dasa. Tu Boda. Oscar Maidoni Fuerza Regida. Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global. From the Friday, November 29th to Thursday, December 5th, 2024. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Appétit, Rosé, Bruno Mars. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. Last Christmas, Wham! From the Netflix Global Top 10 Most Viewed Films in English. Our Little Secret, Spellbound, The Merry Gentleman, Madagascar, Escape to Africa. Most Viewed Films, non-English. Tmax, Lucky Bhaskar, The Snow Sister, Sikandar Ka Musaddar, The Lost Children. Nintendo US Digital Bestsellers from December 9th, 2024. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Stardew Valley, Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Overcooked, All You Can Eat, My Sims, Cozy Bundle. Steam's hottest games. Global top selling and top played games across Steam. From the top 100 products by revenue list for Tuesday, November 26th, 2024 to Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Counter-Strike 2, PUBG, Battlegrounds, Cyberpunk 2077, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. CISA and partners release joint guidance on PRC-affiliated threat actor compromising networks of global telecommunications providers. CISA releases new public version of CDM data model document. ASD's ACSC, CISA, and U.S. and international partners release guidance on choosing secure and verifiable technologies. One more drop in the AI ocean. Shaker Labs' AW Portraits In. AW Portraits In is based on the Flux.1 dev. It is trained on images that is more in line with the appearance and aesthetics of Chinese people. It includes many types of portraits, such as indoor and outdoor portraits, fashion, and studio photos. It has strong generalization. Compared with the original version, AW Portraits In is more delicate and realistic in skin quality. In order to pursue a more realistic raw image effect, it can be used with the AW Portrait SR workflow. Bloomberg reports that Amazon paused rollout of Microsoft Office for a year after hacks, as Amazon stopped $1 billion Microsoft 365 rollout over cybersecurity concerns. Adobe Camera Raw can now remove photo-ruining reflections without generative AI. Google says its new quantum chip may prove parallel universes exist. Reuters reports as Trump invites China's Xi to inauguration, experts call it political theater. AP comments as China's Xi is likely to decline Trump's inauguration invitation, seeing it as too risky to attend. CNBC reports that China signals readiness to mend ties with U.S. ahead of Trump inauguration. Switzerland plans revamp of Cold War-era nuclear bunker network. Reportedly, Russia close to deal with rebels to retain military bases in Syria. 1 week ago, The Telegraph commented as, if Putin loses his Tartus base, he may need a ceasefire in Ukraine. Epic Game Store is coming pre-shipped on Android. Samsung phones with Google antitrust case still on stay. Nearly half of U.S. teens are online constantly, Pew Report finds. A report claims Americans spend nearly $200,000 in a lifetime on home internet, TV, mobile, and streaming. Japanese crypto exchange CoinCheck goes public in U.S. Bank of England demands firms to disclose crypto exposure by March 2025. Hitachi Energy CEO warns of transformer supply shortage. In the U.S., NLRB announces that reality TV contestants should be designated employees. Bloomberg reports that insiders tell how IT giant favored Indian H-1B workers over U.S. employees. Samsung accuses India antitrust body of detaining employees, seizing data unlawfully. Apple might have ditched plans for an M4 Extreme chip in favor of AI. LG discontinues all UHD Blu-ray and Blu-ray players. Google unveils mixed reality headset with Samsung, taking on Apple and Meta. Warner Brothers Discovery restructures in seeming bid to fuel future deals. Elon Musk wants to turn SpaceX's Starbase site into a Texas city. Intel executives say a manufacturing spinoff is possible. In the U.S., Doge IG reveals 26 FBI informants were present on January 6th, and no undercover FBI agents were at the January 6th U.S. Capitol riot, Watchdog reports. Biden commutes sentences for 1,500 people, the largest act of clemency in a day. January 6 committee chair says he'd accept preemptive pardon if Biden offers. In the U.S., bipartisan lawmakers seek to break up giant healthcare conglomerates, and healthcare stocks fall as lawmakers push for bill to break up drug middlemen. Suspect in CEO's killing wasn't insured by United Healthcare, company says. Trump says he'll pull vaccines if he finds they're unsafe. Trump offers support for dock workers, says ports shouldn't install more automated systems. Trump rings bell at NYSE to cheers of USA as Wall Street CEOs, business leaders look on. Canada weighs export taxes on uranium, oil if Trump starts trade war. Australia to introduce news tax on tech companies. Google Play to halt monetization for apps linked to Russian bank accounts. FBI informant accused of lying about Joe and Hunter Biden pleads guilty. Rise of Blue Sky may create progressive echo chamber, say observers as more Canada's MPs join. Jeff Bezos' Amazon plans to donate $1 million to Trump's inauguration. One day ago, it has been reported as Mark Zuckerberg's Meta donates $1 million to Trump's inauguration after Trump threatened Zuckerberg with life in prison. In Ukraine, Hungary did not discuss any Christmas truce, prisoner swap with Ukraine, presidential office says, as Hungary's Orbán claims Zelensky binned Christmas ceasefire. Kyiv says never discussed it. Kremlin press secretary says Moscow supports Orbán's plan for POW exchange. Moldova declares state of emergency as risk of Russian gas cutoff looms. Europe must adopt wartime mindset to stop Putin, says NATO chief. And NATO chief warns that Putin wants long-term confrontation with Europe after Ukraine. Snoop Dogg to star in and co-produce Luc Besson's sci-fi movie, The Last Man. Taylor Swift makes history as most decorated artist at Billboard Awards. Indian Gyuksh Damaraju, 18, becomes the youngest ever chess world champion after Ding Liren blunder. Israeli troops can remain in Gaza after war. Hamas concedes in major U-turn. Paraguay opens Israel embassy in Jerusalem after moving it from Tel Aviv. Over-tourism has hit Santa's village, say Finnish locals. In Australia, Queensland children as young as 10 face life sentences for murder as tough new laws pass Parliament. China sentences former Premier League soccer star to 20 years in prison for corruption. Danish court jails British trader for 12 years for $1.27 billion tax scam. Astrobot officially wins Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2024. An Okami sequel was just announced at the Game Awards. The Witcher 4 revealed at the Game Awards, featuring Ciri as protagonist. Study links common cooking oils from corn and sunflower seeds to increase colon cancer risk. Scientists urge halt to research on creating synthetic mirror bacteria that could evade human immunity, disrupt ecosystems. China sets up AI standards committee as global tech race intensifies. In the U.S., Congress says Navy hiding information on subpricing in new defense policy bill. In the U.S., 14 North Korean nationals indicted for carrying out multi-year fraudulent information technology worker scheme and related extortions. Israel accuses an unprecedented crypto, politics, tech, and more. Get your daily news fix with News Source Scrawlers December 12, 2024 edition. Number 1 hit and more. YouTube Music Charts. Global Top Songs November 29th to December 5th, 2024. Apiti, Jose Bruno Mars. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga, and Bruno Mars. Ede Kiraat, Mathubanti Bagchi, Divya. Peelings, Kundikuri Shankar Babu, and Lakshmi Dasa. Tu Boda, Oscar Maidoni Fuerza Regida. Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global. From the Friday, November 29th to Thursday, December 5th, 2024. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Apiti, Jose, Bruno Mars. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. Last Christmas, Wham! From the Netflix Global Top 10 Most Viewed Films in English. Our Little Secret, Spellbound, The Merry Gentleman, Madagascar, Escape to Africa. Most Viewed Films Non-English. Tmax, Lucky Bhaskar, The Snow Sister, Sikandar Ka Musaddar, The Lost Children. Nintendo US Digital Bestsellers from December 9th, 2024. Super Mario Party Jamboree. Stardew Valley. Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Overcooked. All You Can Eat. My Sims. Cozy Bundle. Steam's hottest games. Global top selling and top played games across Steam. From the top 100 products by revenue list for Tuesday, November 26th, 2024 to Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Counter-Strike 2. PUBG, Battlegrounds. Cyberpunk 2077. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. CISA and partners release joint guidance on PRC-affiliated threat actor compromising networks of global telecommunications providers. CISA releases new public version of CDM data model document. ASD's ACSC, CISA and U.S. and international partners release guidance on choosing secure and verifiable technologies. One more drop in the AI ocean. Shaker Labs' AW Portraitsen. AW Portraitsen is based on the Flux.1 dev. It is trained on images that is more in line with the appearance and aesthetics of Chinese people. It includes many types of portraits, such as indoor and outdoor portraits, fashion, and studio photos. It has strong generalization. Compared with the original version, AW Portraitsen is more delicate and realistic in skin quality. In order to pursue a more realistic raw image effect, it can be used with the AW Portrait SR workflow. Gemini 2.0, Google's newest flagship AI, can generate text, images, and speech. Google is testing Gemini AI agents that help you in video games. Google unveils AI coding assistant Jules, promising autonomous bug fixes and faster development cycles. Apple Intelligence officially launching today in the UK, Canada, and 4 more countries. Midjourney is launching a multiplayer collaborative world-building tool called Patchwork. On YouTube, viewers globally streamed over 1 billion hours of content daily on their TV, and viewers watched over 400 hours of podcasts monthly on living room device. FCC opens entire 6 GHz band to very low-power device operations. Oscars ceremony to stream live on Hulu for the first time. Apple is working on AI chip with Broadcom. Exxon plans to sell electricity to data centers. BadRAM attack breaches AMD secure VMs using a Raspberry Pi Pico, DDR socket, and a 9V battery. In the U.S., 1 in 6 congresswomen targeted by AI-generated sexually explicit deepfakes. Palantir EVP. Modern war cannot be won without software. Russian government spies targeted Ukraine using tools developed by cybercriminals. As a Microsoft report announces Russian actor Secret Blizzard using tools of other groups to attack Ukraine. Mathematicians casually discovered 2 new infinities. In the U.S., more colleges set to close in 2025, even as Ivy Plus schools experience application boom. 80 colleges could close by 2029, even as elite Ivy League schools thrive. SpaceX is using robots to make Starship rockets in Texas, shows footage. NVIDIA must face lawsuit alleging it downplayed crypto's impact on its success, as Supreme Court allows investors' class action to proceed against microchip company NVIDIA. 6 months ago, Supreme Court agrees to take up NVIDIA's securities suit on pleading standards issues. In the U.S., Elizabeth Warren introduces Senate bill to hold capitalism accountable. Klarna Bank fined $46 million in Sweden money laundering probe. The Hill comments as increased Christianity in schools opens the door to satanic temple education programs. More older adults receiving a new ADHD diagnosis. About 1 in 3 U.S. women are accessing family planning services, announces CDC. Stablecoin issuer Circle expands offering with Binance. Crypto.com taps Deutsche Bank for corporate banking services in key APAC markets. Australia fines Kraken operator $5 million for regulatory breaches. Microsoft expects $800 million impairment charge in Q2 2025 over General Motors Cruise exit. NVIDIA steps up hiring in China to focus on AI-driven cars. Honda to end self-driving tie-up with GM as Cruise unit founders. Designer John Galliano leaves Maison Margiela brand after 10 years. Yayoi Kusama wraps 60 trees in pink and white polka dots ahead of NGV show in Melbourne, as Yayoi Kusama's immersive art takes center stage in Melbourne. Vancouver passes motion to become a Bitcoin-friendly city. Nike renews its contract with the NFL after league briefly courted other bidders. 2 months ago, Nike signs 12-year partnership extension with NBA, WNBA, and G League. FIFA confirms Saudi Arabia as 2034 World Cup host, 6 nations as 2030 hosts. China's ruling Communist Party expels former chief of sports body. Study claims short-term cognitive boost from exercise may last for 24 hours. Reuters fact-check announces CNN did not publish headline about Musk melting down Statue of Liberty and satire about Allahu Akbar being UK's most popular greeting taken seriously. PhotoBucket opted inactive users in a privacy nightmare, lawsuit says. Google Cloud and Swift pioneer advanced AI and federated learning tech to help combat payments fraud, where the model training occurs within financial institutions on decentralized data. Apple Intelligence now features Image Playground, Genmoji, writing tools enhancements, seamless support for ChatGPT, and visual intelligence, as Apple launches its ChatGPT integration with Siri, and OpenAI apologizes for outage after Apple update combines Siri and ChatGPT. Time CEO of the Year, named as Lisa Su of AMD. Elon Musk becomes first to exceed $400 billion net worth with Tesla and SpaceX thriving. Bank of Japan likely to maintain interest rates amid global risks. November U.S. CPI report shows inflation at a 2.7% annual rate. In the longest journey of a humpback whale, a male travels over 8,000 miles to mate. Dogs pull harder on the leash when they wear a harness than a collar. New Zealand plans to ban greyhound racing over animal welfare concerns. Comparative Lit class will be first in Humanities division to use UCLA-developed AI system. Takashi Murakami uses AI to help recreate ancient Japanese paintings in latest show. Harvard is releasing a massive free AI training dataset funded by OpenAI and Microsoft. European Central Bank likely to cut rates while weighing U.S. trade concerns and France's chaos. China eyes yuan depreciation amid looming U.S. trade tariffs. In the UK, farmers snarl up roads in inheritance tax protest. Fewer U.S. grandparents are taking care of grandchildren, according to new data. Canada euthanasia now accounts for nearly 1 in 20 deaths. Bowel cancer rising among under 50s worldwide, research finds. Blinken defends 2021 Afghanistan withdrawal and final House appearance as Secretary of State, as Blinken faces GOP critics in Congress who say Afghanistan withdrawal lit the world on fire. Mystery New Jersey drones not from Iranian mothership, announces Pentagon, And mystery drones are changing time on clocks in New Jersey as locals fear being targeted by UFOs. Pakistan's military charges former spy chief over political activities. Syria's rebel leader vows to dissolve Assad regime. Security forces close prisons. Israeli forces responsible for a third of 54 journalists killed in 2024. Reporters Without Borders. Belgium has been found guilty of crimes against humanity for kidnapping thousands of children in Congo. Fox News poll claims voters feel hopeful post-election, want Trump to focus on inflation, and CNN poll claims most Americans approve how Trump is handling his return to the White House. GM CEO Mary Barra says, "We have a lot in common with Trump's agenda." Trump to be named Time's Person of the Year for a second time. AFK Journey is Apple's iPhone Game of the Year, and Squad Busters nabs iPad Game of the Year at the 2024 Apple App Store Awards. Clayface movie officially underway at DC Studios with Mike Flanagan writing. Sam Mendes to direct 4-film Beatles biopic releasing in 2027. Trump plans to scrap policy restricting ICE arrests at churches, schools, and hospitals. In the U.S., Justice Department announces that January 6 defendants who accept pardons will make a confession of guilt. FBI Director Wray says he intends to resign before Trump takes office in January. And with the Bureau is in trouble, J. Edgar Hoover biographer reacts to FBI Director resigning. Montana Supreme Court upholds lower court ruling that allows gender-affirming care for minors. Britain makes temporary ban on puberty blockers for minors indefinite. In the U.S., House approves $895 billion